Hello everyone, it's Degenerate, and last night I saw Axel Outpizzas the Hut. This short film was directed by newcomer to the film industry, Organization 420. It follows a guy named Axel who orders a pizza but drops a slice on the curb, and he isn't very pleased about it. I can't do this anymore! Then, he takes the pizza to a field in the middle of nowhere, and some guy with blonde hair just throws the box on the ground, and Axel lets out a blood-curdling scream. Even though this film is only a minute long, every second of it was pure agony. This is the worst film I've seen all year, and I just saw Rise of Skywalker a couple days ago. I think this is supposed to be related to the Kingdom Hearts games, but I never played any of them. I know the plot is overly complicated, but how are they supposed to fit Pizza Hut into the lore? Maybe if I was more familiar with the series, this movie would make more sense. It contrasts with Rise of Skywalker, where even if you have seen the previous films, it still doesn't make any sense. You know what? Since I'm bringing it up so much, let's talk about the new Star Wars movie. God damn, it was bad. It's 2.5 hours long, but it still feels like half the movie is missing. There are like 5 different plot lines crammed into this film, and none of them are given any time to develop. I'm one of the 10 people in this world that enjoyed The Force Awakens, and even I think this entire trilogy was a mess. I don't think Last Jedi was a horrible film, and I appreciate what Rian Johnson was trying to do, but having Disney put this weird and divisive film in the middle of their trilogy was a terrible idea, and because of it, the whole thing wasn't very cohesive. At least the prequels had a plan, and George Lucas knew what he was trying to say. You can argue if he did it well or not, but there was at least some progression from one movie to the other. As for positives, there aren't that many. I liked how they handled Leia. It was very respectful to Carrie Fisher's legacy, and they used the footage they had very well. The actors, especially Adam Driver, did a decent job with what they had, and the final scene of Rey taking down the Emperor was pretty decent. Aside from that, I can barely remember the entire movie. I just remember that during the movie I was either annoyed or confused. Also, there are so many resurrections in this film. Obviously, Palpatine returns out of nowhere, Rey dies and comes back, Chewbacca apparently died but is revealed that he lived, Kylo Ren dies and comes back like 3 times in the movie. At least Rogue One had balls and straight up murdered the main characters at the end. Overall, this movie was a waste of time, and I'm sad the trilogy never really panned out. Force Awakens was a solid introduction to the films, and if they stuck to what that movie established, the trilogy could have been pretty decent. But Disney screwed up by giving the middle part of their new trilogy to some guy and have him do something on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. Now this movie is trying to pick up the pieces and somehow tie a bow in this incoherent trilogy. This movie gets a 3 out of 10. Oh yeah, I was talking about some dumb internet video. Anyways, I said this was worse than Rise of Skywalker, but thinking about it, this is a more enjoyable experience despite some glaring issues. The main issue being the camera guy. I've never seen this guy in my entire life, but I bet this movie isn't as good solely because of him. In some shots you can hear him just laughing in the background, and it ruins the atmosphere of some scenes. In short, I despise this cameraman, and I hope he never lends his lack of talent to any of Organization 420's future endeavors. On the other hand, the acting was surprisingly good. Whoever they got to play Axel was able to truly capture the pain and anguish of losing your pizza. I see tons of potential in this guy. I hope he sticks around for other projects. To sum it up, I see tons of potential in this channel. As long as they get an actual camera guy, make it easier for newcomers to Kingdom Hearts to understand, and not bring in a new director with completely different goals and ideas, I think we could have a great series in our hands. I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10.